Hey guys, it's Cloudy. How are you all? Do you know what question I've been listening to a lot and seeing a lot on the internet? It's what should I watch after Queen of Tears finishes? Queen of Tears is currently airing and starring Kim Soo-hyun and Kim Ji-won. It's one of the most popular series that's come out in a really long time, and without any doubt, a lot of you guys are gonna get a lot of K-drama hangover and also need a lot of K-dramas to stave off your emotional hangover after the series finishes in about a week. So today we're gonna be talking about some recommendations for you guys if you are about to finish Queen of Tears and feeling like you're gonna miss those characters or the sort of emotional ride that you got in the series. I have about 5 to 8 different recommendations for you guys today, so hopefully there's going to be a little bit something for everyone. Queen of Tears covers a wide spectrum of emotions, storytelling, characters, tropes. So I've sort of picked a lot of series that have a little bit of everything that we've been seeing in Queen of Tears, whether that's chaebol main characters, conglomerate politics, fluffy romance, or angsty pining. There's for sure going to be something for you to check out in today's vlog. So without further ado, let's get started. The first show we're going to talk about is Crash Landing on You, starring Son Ye-jin and Hyunbin. Obviously, if Hyunbin is in the drama, you should check it out. He's one of the most famous and beloved Korean celebrities out there, and his acting is top tier. Crash Landing on You focuses on an heiress who's gone paragliding. Due to a paragliding incident, she's forced to make an emergency landing in which she actually lands in North Korea. She meets an officer in North Korea who helps protect her and help her along the way to get back to her home country, and slowly they start to fall in love with each other. It features a strong female lead with a gentle, protective male lead. So if you guys are into that kind of mature and protective relationship, this is a really great drama to check out. We're also able to see some North and South Korean politics and interactions to see how North Korea is portrayed from a South Korean perspective, so that's also very interesting. It's one of those dramas that's gonna make you think, seriously, how is it gonna end? How is it gonna end? And it's going to keep you engaged episode to episode. If you like something like Descendants of the Sun, this is a great drama to check out too. The next drama I'm going to talk about is called Business Proposal by An Hyo-sop and Kim Se-jong. An Hyo-sop is a chaebol whose grandfather sets him up on a blind date, and Kim Se-jong plays a character who's friends with the blind date. So initially her friend was going to go on a blind date, but she doesn't want to. She gets Se-jong's character to go on the blind date for her, and that's how she ends up meeting the main guy character. There are a lot of typical fluffy tropes in this series for Korean dramas. Things get a little bit awkward because Kim Se-jong finds out that her character is the employee of An Hyo-sop's character. So technically she went on a blind date with her boss's son, which is super awkward. And this is an example of a series where typical K-drama tropes are executed really well to bring you a lighthearted and enjoyable rom-com. If you were from the era where you really like Coffee Prince and Boys Over Flowers, chances are you're really gonna like Business Proposal. Next, we're gonna talk about It's Okay to Not Be Okay. If you were quarantined in 2020 and you were watching dramas in 2020, chances are you've heard of this series. This was the biggest series in 2020, starring Kim Soo-hyun and Seo Ye-ji. Kim Soo-hyun plays a psych ward worker who's pretty much devoted his entire life to taking care of his autistic brother. Seo Ye-ji plays an antisocial children's book author who ends up getting obsessed with Kim Soo-hyun's character. I only ever saw Seo Ye-ji in youth dramas such as Murim or Hwarang, so this is my first time seeing her in anything really mature, and honestly, she killed it, and her fashion stylist killed it. She has the best outfits in the whole series. The series itself has a lot of angst, a lot of melodrama, a lot of trauma and healing, where two people come together and sort of mend their wounds as they slowly become more emotionally intimate with each other. This drama will make you cry, and a lot of the emotions feel very real and very human. The storytelling was handled very well, and some of the themes are reflected in the children's books that Seo Ye-ji's character is writing throughout the series. So they took a lot of time into adding these little details to make the storytelling feel very well-rounded and also realistic. This drama also broadly touches on certain mental health issues, So it was a pretty big step for the wider drama community to see a sort of drama touch on these sensitive issues. Next, we're going to talk about What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, another very, very popular drama that stars Park Seo-joon and Park Min-young. Park Seo-joon, everyone knows him. He was in Itaewon Class, and Park Min-young, we recently saw her in Marry My Husband. In this drama, it's a sort of like lighthearted, fluffy office series where Park Min-young's character is the secretary to Park Seo-joon's VP character. After working together for 9 years, the secretary decides to resign, so the VP tries to keep her and make her stay in her position. A lot of misunderstandings ensue in this drama, and as usual, we see a rich chaebol guy going after a regular, slightly poor female main character who's trying to pay off her debts, so it has that trope as well. The drama is said to be very cheesy and cringy. Some people love it, some people hate it, so take that with a grain of salt. I personally love cheesiness and I love tropes that are sort of cheesy and cringy. That's sort of like the reason why I like K-dramas in general, but if you don't like any of that stuff, you should steer clear of this one. Alright, next we're going to talk about one that's a more slow-paced, emotional melodrama. It is going to make you cry and cry a lot. It's going to break your heart and tear it to pieces. It is Uncontrollably Fond, starring Kim Woo-bin and Soo. These two main characters were separated as teenagers and reunite as adults again. They have some sort of baggage that complicates their relationship, and Kim Woo-bin's character has like so many red flags going on. He has certain like temper issues, and they form a relationship despite that. Kim Woo-bin's character definitely brings a darker element to the show. There might not be a happy ending when it comes to certain melodramas. Warnings aside, if you do decide to step into a melodrama, there's going to be points that anger you, that frustrate you. It comes with the genre as a whole, so you've been warned. If you want to get into this drama, you're definitely gonna cry. I definitely cried, and everyone that I know who watched this drama felt like so kaptape, like in Korean. Like we say, like very frustrated, this sort of like stuffy feeling in your heart when things don't really go your way. Finally, I have 3 more recommendations. The first is King the Land. I talk about King the Land a lot in other vlogs, so I don't want to go into it too much. It stars Juno and Yuna, and it features a relationship between a hotelier and a chaebol. So there's that. You should watch Descendants of the Sun if you're craving something after Queen of Tears, because Kim Ji-won is in it, and Kim Ji-won does some of her best acting in Descendants of the Sun. Also, for Kim Soo-hyun's most famous work, you should definitely check out My Love from the Star. If you're a Korean drama newbie fan and you haven't checked out My Love from the Star, what are you doing? That's like one of the most iconic things that you 100% have to watch. So if you're missing the main couple from Queen of Tears, I would definitely recommend to check out Kim Soo-hyun's work, or also Kim Ji-won's work. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog today and found something interesting to watch. Most of the dramas I mentioned are pretty famous. They have a pretty wide appeal, so there should be something for everyone, and definitely something for you if you're feeling a certain kind of way after Queen of Tears finishes. Thank you guys for checking out my video, and if you guys have more recommendations for other people who are also suffering from drama hangover after Queen of Tears, don't forget to leave that in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys again in my next video. Bye!